students of class 10. Today we will do the second video of chapter Drainage of India. We will start from page 84, that is Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra rises from Chumangdang Glacier near Manas Sarovar in Tibet. So it rises from Chumangdang Glacier in Manas Sarovar, Tibet. It flows along the northern slope parallel to the Himalayas towards the east for about 1200 km as Sangpo. So when the river Brahmaputra originates, its headstream is called Sangpo. After making a sharp bend towards the south, it enters India. The three rivers Dihang, Dibang and Lohit unite to form Brahmaputra. Underline. The three rivers Dihang, Dibang and Lohit unites to form Brahmaputra. The important tributaries of Brahmaputra rivers are Subarnashiri, Manas, Buriganga, Kopili. These are the important tributaries. Afterwards, Brahmaputra's one branch enters into Bangladesh and that branch name is Jamuna, not Yamuna, Jamuna, and another branch. And finally, they drains into Bay of, and one branch enters India, and finally they drains in Bay of Bengal. Okay. Majuli is the largest river island on Brahmaputra river. Majuli is the largest riverine island on Brahmaputra river. This is about Brahmaputra river. Now we are going to the rivers of South India. The rivers of South India includes, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada, Tapti. These are the rivers of South India. The important rivers of South India are classified into two parts. The east flowing rivers and the west flowing rivers. Some rivers flows eastward and some rivers flow westward. Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada, Tapti. So these are the rivers of South India that are classified into two parts. One is the east flowing rivers that empties into Bay of Bengal, and another is the west flowing river. This is Bay of Bengal. East flowing river empties into Bay of Bengal and the west flowing river empties into Arabian Sea. These are the south flowing rivers or the rivers of South India. Now the east flowing rivers includes Mahanadi. It rises near Amarkantak of Mahakal range and drains eastward to join Bay of Bengal. Now Godavari. Godavari rises from eastern Ghats near Nasik and drains eastward to join Bay of Bengal. Iravadi, Pranhita, Penganga, Venganga, Manjira are the important tributaries of Godavari. The river is also known as Dakshin Ganga. Now Krishna. The Krishna river rises from Mahabaleshwar peak. From where the Krishna river rises? The Krishna river rises from Mahabaleshwar peak. And in Western Ghats near Coorg of Karnataka. Here the most important waterfall that forms on Krishna river is Shiva Samudram waterfall and finally empties into Bay of Bengal. Now the west flowing rivers. The west flowing rivers are Narmada and Tapti and they empties into Bay of Bengal. The first one is Narmada. Narmada river rises from Amarkantak peak of the Mahakal range and drains into Gulf of Khambat. It makes the beautiful waterfall at Dhandhar, very important, Dhandhar waterfall. Now Tapti rivers is also called Tapi, T-A-P-I or Tapti, T-A-P-T-I. It rises from Mahadev range and finally empties into Bay of Bengal and they flows towards in west and it empties into Gulf of Khambat. This is all about the part. Now here a difference is given between the rivers of North India and rivers of South India. Very, very important. You should prepare this for broad question for 5 marks along with the diagram. Now we are going to the lakes of India. The lakes of India are divided into two parts. One is the Himalayan lakes and the one is the peninsular lake or the lakes of south. Himalayan lakes are, see, Nainital, Santhal, Bhimtal. They are all freshwater lake. Then Dal Lake, Ular Lake in Kashmir, freshwater lake. Then Pangong Lake in Ladakh, it is brackish water lake. Then Loktak, Manipur, freshwater lake. Sambar in Rajasthan, brackish water lake. Now the lakes of south, in Maharashtra there is Crater Lake. Chilka is the underlying largest brackish water lake. Underlying Koleru. Koleru is located in between river Godavari and Krishna river. It is a freshwater lake. Pulikat Lake in Tamil Nadu and Vembanand Lake in Malabar. It is a brackish water lake. These lakes are important from map pointing also. Now go to page 87, irrigation. What is irrigation? Irrigation is a process of giving water in the farmland. There are several methods of irrigation: tube well, well and canal. And this irrigation system provide water to the agricultural land. Apart from this, there is multi-purpose river valley project. What is multi-purpose river valley project? Multi-purpose river valley project is a project which helps in manifold purposes like flood control, making of dams, rain irrigation water, soil erosion control, afforestation, pisciculture, etc. The most important river valley project of India are DVC, Damodar Valley project on river Damodar, Bhakra Nangal project on river Satluj, Mayurakshi project on river Mayurakshi, Tungabhadra project on river Tungabhadra. These are all important river valley project. Okay, so this is all about the drainage, and in next video we will start climate. Thank you class.